Hi everyone, this is a training video in the CWJV Daily Site Report, the new report template. So let's begin with introducing the report. The report is consisted of 4 or 5 sections. The first section is the header section, second one is the progress section, the third one is the concerns section, fourth one is the manpower section, fifth one is the construction equipment section, and finally the photo session. And you're having just like a continuation of the header section with the concluding section for the reported by and approved by. So let's begin with the header section. In the header section, you begin by choosing your name from this drop-down list. If your name is not found, you can simply enter your name and just inform Mr. Mike Douglas at this email through an email address to add you in this list. Okay? So for the second step, where you have to input the location, so you select the location from this drop down list as well, and you will find that the delivery director is automatically generated. But if you don't find the location, you can write down any location and inform Mr. Mike Douglas with the delivery director and this construction location in order to add it to the list for further interaction through this daily site report. The third step is that you're gonna choose whether this scope of work is with the main contractor, which is BACS, or subcontracted with any subcontractor. So you're gonna have to choose BACS or subcontractor, and the contract number is gonna be automatically generated, and finally you're gonna write the report date. Now we are having this report ID. To change it, we have to choose someone from the list. Alright, and this is the report ID. Just generate the ID for the continuation of the header of the other pages, as you can see. And moving on to the second part, choose the shift, write down the weather, temperature as well. You are having the header section partially completed. To be completed, you have to complete this part, which is discipline, incidents, and description, if any. So you have to input the number of incidents for the safety, near misses, first aid recordable, and LTIs. And then write down a brief description for each and every one, if any. You can leave them blank, of course. For the quality concerns, just write down a description, a number, and then write down the description. And finally, for the incidents and security issues, you have to choose whether it took place at this construction site or not. If yes, please write down a brief description. If no, leave it blank and choose no. So moving to the first actual section, which is the progress section, what you have to do is that you input the description and the quantity. So right now I'm gonna choose asphalt. I will find that the work package and the unit are automatically generated, and just I'm gonna input the quantity of asphalt conducted at this exact day. For the excavation, for instance, I'm gonna choose input the quantity, and if I have any remarks with concerns to this exact description or work package, I'm gonna write it down. So moving to the concerns section, which is the second section, just we have two classifications, minor or major. Please note that you don't have to choose a major concern except it's really critical and major, because they are reported to the project director. So whatsoever deserves that Mr. Amgad will see it, you'll have to choose it. Okay, so please note that. Minor concern, write down the description as well. You can choose major and write down the description. Third section is the manpower section, which is divided into manual and non-manual. You can choose from a drop-down list the manual stuff. Alright, and you have also the privilege to write down, if you don't find the description that you want, and just press yes and write down the head count of these people. The same applies for the non-manual. You can write down also, if it doesn't exist, and write down a head counts. The total is automatically generated. For the construction equipment section, you will have to choose from this list action equipment, active equipment for instance, and write down the number of active equipments at this site, and you can write down active equipment, any active equipment that is not found in this drop down list, and write down its quantity. For the idle equipment, the same applies. Choose and that's it. The totals are also automatically generated. Finally, the photographic photo section. So you're gonna insert the pictures from your folder in your computer, just as simple as possible, just like that, and then take it like that, just to fit generically the side. Alright, so it won't take a minute from you, and write down the description. If you want, please don't say the location twice because it doesn't need. If there is an exact place or location for this instance, for instance, state it. But if it's the same location as above, you don't need to state it once again. The same for the other 6 pictures, and finally reported by the spec name and the date, and approved by his manager, and the date as well. The date format is day, month, and year. So DD, MM, and YY. You can write it down by any format. You have to follow this format as well. Okay, so here you go. The final 2 things is that we want to save this into your computer automatically with this report ID. So you're gonna press save as Excel. You will find the report saved at this report number at a folder automatically created at your C drive named daily site report, and here you go. This is the file automatically created by this macro. And finally, save and email to send to Mr. Mike Douglas. After finishing, save and email. Okay, and you will have to choose Mr. Douglas email. The email is automatically created and the attachment is automatically attached. You will have just to press the send button. Okay, this is all about the daily site report. This is just a training session for you. If you need any assistance or if you faced any difficulties, please contact me, Soliman Abu-Samra, at saabusam@bacsrmp.com, or you can either contact Mr. Mike Douglas at mjdouglas dougla@bacsrmp.com. We are both available and we are waiting for your reports. Thank you very much for your listening. Thank you.